Well, overwatered this
Give me some
plant.
scissors.
That's not what overwatered this.
Seriously. It's like,
Can we cut it down?
how critical is this plant to our podcast success?
Guys, we have a guest speaker today.
We are going to interview Peter the plant is here today. Talk about how to make fitness successful. Every time we look at each other, we like have the corner of our plant here. Well, welcome everybody back to our second episode of Beyond the Club with Mike and Jason here. So excited to be back here with you, Mike.
Me too. Second time through.
Let's do it, man. Let's do it. Let's dive in. So, I think today we want to spend a little time talking about, it's just some things related to fitness that makes it sticky and makes people win at their fitness venture, right? Like when people come in and get involved in a routine or join, one of your locations and become a member or a client, like give us some perspective on some common attributes and some things that are factors that make people stick with the routine.
Yeah. My head immediately goes to, why people fail. And the reason, based on my experience of my own story is why people fail is they don't believe they're going to succeed. So how do they get beyond that? And the true definitive answer that we've learned over the years I've been doing this is, having some sort of routine that is customized for them and getting them to understand that, it's okay to fail. And once they start believing that it will work, along with a little bit of coaching and guidance and structure and support, both inside and outside location, they start to realize that, success can't happen.
So is that how you kind of address the belief, the mindset around it is you kind of being in the game there with them, or how do you really help them develop that confidence?
Yeah. I mean, the ultimate goal is not to be able to hold their hand every step of the way, but in the beginning you have to in every area of their life. Because when they leave the gym, you're not seeing them for up to 24 hours. So how do we combat, their fears and insecurities the other 23 hours a day? So, whether it's an occasional phone call, a letter, an extra reach out, hand on their shoulder, just giving a pat on the back. It's hard work. It's extremely hard work, but it's also intentional things that you have to do, especially at the very beginning of their gym membership. So to go above and beyond is really, has to be sanctimonious on what they want based on their goals. But at the end of the day, their success leads to our success in our model.
What's the average life of a customer of yours, you think?
I don't know the exact answer, but what I've been taught is about you're penetrating, roughly 12% of the markets that you're in. I think in our markets, we're roughly 20%. The lifespan of a gym member, what I've always been told is 2 to 3 months without a plan, without a coach.
So more people come see you because they like you more. You're more likable than most people.
When I was first starting out and really tracking that, we did realize that people were staying longer because of the amount of attention that we're giving them at the start of their gym membership. So how to turn a 2 to 3 month member into a 6 to 7 to 8 month member is because of the extra coaching, the extra attention, and we're not just selling, access to a gym.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a relationship, right? You want to make it sticky and make it mean something. So when people like stop and give up on their goals, like what's missing? What's missing there? What do you think some factors are there when people stop and
similar
lose sight of?
There's so many moving parts, but ultimately I truly believe it's our fault as coaches. I think sometimes we take the foot off the gas and we have other things going on that some people just need a little bit more attention, even beyond that 30, 60, 90 day mark. So,
and some people probably just need help like setting goals. Like when you think about people being successful in fitness, it's almost like, a version of teaching folks how to set goals and parameters of what success means a lot of times, right? Like it's easy to kind of go to a gym and just like, where do I start? What do I want to achieve? Where do I want to go with this thing?
Couldn't said it better myself. And that completely goes back to how we train and develop not just our clients, but also our managers, is having those check marks, those check-ins, those checkpoints that you love to hate the word. But at the end of the day, you're creating a scorecard, and are we on track or off track?
Yeah.
Accountability to progress. So those are vital for the success of any client, along with what you just said was setting goals. So now how do we set goals that are actually attainable and then celebrate 1, 2, 3 wins every 30 days?
Yeah.
Now they feel that they're so much more successful rather than jumping on a scale and measuring one success meter.
Yeah.
So the more measurables we have that are SMART goals are a lot easier to manage versus just setting, big lofty goals and then measuring them every 2 to 4 weeks.
Sure. Let's talk about fitness being fun, Mike. How do you think about fitness being fun, right? Like it's hard work. It's sweaty. It takes a lot of discipline. It takes a lot of motivation at times. Do it when you don't feel like doing it. Like all those things come to mind to really succeed with your wellness goals. What are some things you think about when you think about how you can make fitness more fun?
Yeah, it's very simple. Make it fun. There's so many different ways to make it fun.
Lay a couple on us.
Just have fun, smile, laugh, high five, like make jokes, make that person feel special. Like it's that is so much more powerful in hiring the personality versus hiring the skill. So a trainer or a coach or a person that has that distinctive trait is the most, in my opinion, the best trainer out there. It's not what you know, it's what I give them, which is caring. It's what I give them, which is my attention. It's what I give them, which is my personality. And that's what people feed off of. And they're going to like you a lot more versus just programming a workout that can be found online nowadays. So at the end of the day, making it fun, it's really the most effective way to keep a client. It's really the most effective way to get them to understand this is not just about, the losing the 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 pounds. It's
Yeah.
the relationship part of the business that really makes this job stick and really makes this industry like continue to grow, because we're over investing in, like you said, making it as fun as possible.
Yeah.
And you can make every area of the business fun. You can make nutrition fun. You can make
How do you make
workouts
nutrition fun? How do you make it fun?
um
Give me a good example.
how do I make nutrition fun? So my head immediately goes to the teaching background that I have, and kind of bringing them back to their kindergarten, 6th grade, 12th grade mindset, and almost bring them back to school, where they do write down what they're currently eating. And what we're going to do is we're going to substitute some of these challenging things, and we're going to make them a little bit more fun and rewarding, and that's going to help us get to your goal. So let's talk about protein.
You're a big cottage cheese fan.
I'm a huge cottage
cottage
cheese fan.
cheese?
But at the end of the day, when you're educating them and making it fun and celebrating wins, and by adding in more protein, I think everybody nowadays knows that protein is essential for not only fat loss, but for muscle gain. Let's start with just adding a protein with every single meal that they eat. So give me an example of a protein source.
Cottage cheese.
Cottage cheese. So let's do that with not only breakfast, but your nighttime snack for the next 7 days.
How fun is that?
Can you just do that?
How fun is that?
That's fun.
Can I put honey on it? I love honey on my cottage cheese.
Yes, you're increasing calories, you're increasing a little bit of sweetness, but absolutely it's going to taste better. That's a huge win. It's fun.
Right,
it's fun.
That's good. That's a good example.
And there's so many companies out there now that have everything is protein. It's a marketing, like,
you know what I started messing with? Have you had the protein ice cream yet? The protein pints?
Everything. Protein cereal.
Protein pints are incredible. This isn't a paid plug for these guys, but they get it at Myers, and it's 30 grams of protein in a serving, and really, really tastes like ice cream.
And that's fun.
That is fun.
You can eat ice cream.
They made nutrition fun.
You can make ice
cream.
Sure. For every single ingredient or every single thing on the shelf now, you see protein, protein, protein. It's marketing, right? Yeah. Now, is it whole protein? But it's protein. Right. So that's fun.
It's helpful. That's helpful. That's good. All right, let's get back to what makes fitness successful. So let's shift gears, go over, instead of so much maybe from a client or a member's perspective, let's go to fitness professionals that are in business, in the fitness business, right? Whether it's a trainer or, I know you're a guy who owns a few locations as a franchisee, a multi-unit franchisee. What are some things that you see out there that make you successful as a fitness professional earning a living in this business?
I think I mentioned this on the first podcast. The one thing I've learned over the 8 to 10 years that I've been in this industry as a business owner is the more challenging time now is getting these young, like, trainers and wannabe business owners to see through the clouds and realize that it's not as easy as it looks, not as easy as it thinks. So finding those type of people and educating them, investing time in them, and understanding that the challenges are going to come up, but how do you handle those challenges? So that is the biggest opportunity for us as coaches and managers and business owners to, once you have those people, you go all in with them. You give them an opportunity to succeed. Because at the end of the day, in order for me to grow, for me to excel, for me to, add more locations, I've got to have, the right people. And so that's the working, that not the money capital side, but the human capital.
Sure.
The tools, growing their toolbox, adding more tools into their inventory to help them mature and grow, but also navigate through the challenges, that's hard work.
That's hard work. So walk us through that a little bit. So you mentioned a couple key things, going all in on them, helping them work through challenges. Like, what are some systems or some things that you do to solve for that to make you successful in the business?
Give them exactly what we just mentioned, time. The amount of time matters. It could be daily, it could be weekly, it could be, twice a day, it could be 5 times a day in the beginning. At the end of the day, you've got to give them that in order for them to be successful. If you just give them a playbook with videos to watch and SOPs per se and stuff on paper, they're not going to succeed. You've got to role play. You've got to talk through, what worked, what didn't work. You got to talk through some wins that they've had. We also got to talk about some challenges they're going through, and you've got to invest not only how they're doing at work, but also how are they performing outside of work. So knowing the ins and outs of what's going on in their daily life. I give you an example. I had a manager at one point that was really struggling financially, and she was asking for a raise. And I told her, well, let's take a look at where you're spending your money. Let's take a look at what you're doing outside of the gym that's asking you to now burden me. Not saying she wasn't worth it, but we found out really quickly that she was putting everything on some credit cards. So what I learned really quick is that I could help her by creating a budget and free up some cash flow. So now I don't have to pay her more. Now she can do it by actually getting better at her own financial.
Sure.
freedom.
Yeah. You taught her a new skill.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So that plays into the point of now I'm not just training in the business, I'm also training on what's happening in her personal life, which retained her for longer. But now she was able to teach somebody else. So
Pay it forward, right?
pay it forward.
Pay
That's
it
right.
forward. That's awesome. So what are some of your goals for this year in the business?
My main goal, it hasn't really changed, is how do we retain our human capital? How do we retain the same people and continue to pour into the people we have and give them what they need, which is more resources, more ability for them to grow.
What are you doing there?
What I just said, I have kind of put together a group called the All In Group.
Oh, wow.
And it is only once a week, but it's 45 minutes a week. And I'm coaching 5, 6, 7, 8 people at a time. And I have individual one-on-one meetings with each operator only once a week. So I need more time to meet sometimes, especially a few of them, more than once a week, whether it's through a phone call or in face-to-face. So that is one of my goals, is freeing up more time to be able to do that with those 4, 5, 6 people to help them grow within our company.
Love it. Love it. Would you say that's the biggest key to your success?
Yes.
Spending time
Me
there?
personally, yes. Yes. And to their success. So it's not just about me, it's about them.
There it is. There it is. Well, I tell you what, I mean, this has been fun. I mean, so to encompass our thoughts here, it's all about the people. It's all about the team. It's about pouring into them and finding ways to make fitness fun and make it sticky.
Yeah. Yeah. How do you get them and keep them? As Rick would always say, that was kind of our mission statement when we were rebranding and saying, how do you get people? More importantly, how do you keep them? And it's not just about the members, it's also about the team members. So there's a tremendous amount of opportunity in all of us. And the more time that we have, especially time that we can spend with our team and our team members, not just thinking about, the people walking out of our clubs, I think the more we'll get out of, the impact that we're trying to make in the communities that we're serving.
100%. Could have said that better myself. Thank you all for being with us on our second recording today. And till next time at Beyond the Club. Thank you.
Thanks, Jay.